Hello everyone, I hope you all are doing good and having a really good day. In today's video, we would be doing chapter number 11 of your AdMath book, which is Trigonometric Identities. So as you guys can see, I've written down the most basic ratios, which is tan equals to sine over cos, cot equals to cos over sine, sec is the reciprocal of cos, and cosec is the reciprocal of sine. All right, along with this, I've written down these three identities that you would be familiar with. And I want to derive a few more. So I can say from the first one that tan square theta equals to sec square theta minus 1. Similarly, cot square theta equals to cosec square theta minus 1. And from the other one, I can derive 2. I can say sine square theta equals to 1 minus cos square theta, and cos square theta equals to 1 minus sine square theta. The reason for writing these down is that it becomes more easier to just pick and substitute. All right, so you should be memorizing all of these because they become really helpful once you're solving the trigonometric identities. Okay, let's move on to the questions. The first question is 1 plus cos theta divided by 1 plus sec x equals to cos x. Now the trick over here is that you choose the most complicated and the most difficult side, something that you're really scared of. So I am haunted by this side. I'm going to pick up the left hand side. The left hand side has a sec x over here, and sec can be replaced with 1 over cos. So I'm going to replace it. This would become 1 plus cos x divided by 1 plus 1 over cos x. How about I write it in a simpler form? So I'm going to write it like this. 1 plus cos x with a bracket divided by 1 plus 1 over cos x with a bracket closed. Okay, now here I can see that it's very simple to take the LCM here. So I'm going to take the LCM, which would be, let me write this down. Yeah, the LCM would be cos x, which means 1 multiplied by cos x is cos x itself, plus 1, which was written, divided by cos x. Now, since there's a division sign in between, I am going to change this into multiplication and I'm going to reciprocate it. 1 plus cos x multiplied by cos x divided by cos x plus 1. What do you see? Do you see that these two can be cancelled out because they're same? So I'm just left with a cos x in the end. Cos x. And is this what the question asked me for? Yes, the question asked me for this. And there you go. We have proved this. Easy? Let's move on to the next question. The next question is 1 minus cos square x divided by 1 plus sine x is identical to sine x. Pick up a side again. I'm taking the left hand side. So the left hand side would be, let's take the LCM here. What is LCM? LCM is when you have to make a single denominator. Over here, there's a single denominator. However, there are two denominators here. So I'm going to choose LCM and I'm going to write 1 plus sine x as my denominator. And then this one will be multiplied by this. And it's going to give me the same thing here again. 1 plus sine x minus cos square x. All right, how about we get rid of this cos x? Because in the question is asking me just for sine x. So I'm going to replace cos square x with this 1 minus sine square x. Okay, so let's replace it. This would become 1 plus sine x minus, bracket open. Brackets are really important because they change the entire game. So 1 plus sine x in my denominator. Now let's expand the bracket. This would be 1 plus sine x minus 1 plus, because minus is the plus, sine square x divided by 1 plus sine x. Okay, can we cancel out something? Yes, we can cancel out this 1 and 1 here. And then I would be left with sine x plus sine square x divided by 1 plus sine x. All right. How about we take common here? We can take sine common. So sine x will be common. I would be left with 1 plus sine x divided by 1 plus sine x. I see something. Do you guys see it too? So let's cancel out these two. And I would have sine x as my answer. This is the same thing what the question asked me for, and I have proven it again. There you go. All right, let's move on to the next question. The next question says sine to the power of 4x minus sine to the power of 2x is equal to cos 4x minus cos square x. Now, in this question, you can pick up any side because both of these are equally difficult. So you take up any side and you would be proving the other one. So I'm picking up the left-hand side because why not, since we're taking the left-hand side in all of these questions. Sine to the power of 4x minus sine square x. Sine can be taken out common. So let's take out sine square x common, and I have sine square x minus 1 in my bracket. Okay, the question has just cos and cos in it, which means that I have to change this and I have to change this somehow that it becomes a cos. First, let's change the first one. This is sine square x. Sine square x can be written as, I'll show it to you. Sine square x can be written as 1 minus cos square x. So I'm changing it. I am writing 1 minus cos square x in place of this, and I have sine square x minus 1. Now I need to get rid of this. The identity says that, let me show you the identity. The identity says that cos square x is equals to 1 minus sine square x, right? But the problem here is that we have just the opposite thing, which means we have the negative signs here. So let's take negative common. I'm going to take negative common and I'm going to write cos square x in place of this. And then I'm going to multiply it with the bracket that was written here. Let's expand the bracket now. So minus cos square x multiplied by 1 will give me a negative cos square x. And minus minus is a plus. Cos square x multiplied by cos square x gives me cos to the power of 4x. There you go. But let's shift it. So we are rearranging it and we are giving the same thing that was given in the question. And we are done here. Proved. Okay, the next question. The next question is 1 over sine theta plus 1 minus 1 over sine theta minus 1 is identical to 2 sec square theta. How about we take the LCM again? So the LCM would be the product of these two, which would be sec theta plus 1. Sorry, this is sine theta. Yeah, sine theta plus 1 and sine theta minus 1. And the numerator would be, so you have to multiply this by this, and then you have to multiply this by this. And luckily you have a 1 here, so 1 does not really change anything. So minus 1 minus, bracket is very important, sine theta plus 1. Okay, now let's expand the bracket. This would be sine theta minus 1 minus sine theta minus 1 divided by sine square theta minus 1. How did I get this thing? So I used the identity, which is a square minus b square, which expands as a plus b, a minus b. I've used the third identity over here and I've written it down. So let's go back to the question. I can simply cancel out these two and I would be left with negative 2 divided by sine square theta minus 1. Sine square theta minus 1, does it click anything to you? Yes, it does to me. So the identity is that cos square theta is equals to 1 minus sine square theta. But this is again a reversal of the signs. So we will be taking the negative sign common. When I take the negative sign common, I mean minus 2 divided by minus cos square theta. Now minus and minus can be cancelled out, and I would be just left with 2 over cos square theta. Okay, now 2 over cos square theta, and just look at what you have over here. This is similar in some way. It's just that I need to reciprocate cos square theta in order to make it sec square theta. If you remember, I told you earlier that sec theta is equals to 1 over cos. And since cos is in my denominator in this one, I'm going to reciprocate it, and there I will get the answer 2 sec square theta. And I'm done over here as well. I hope all of these were clear to you, and if not, please feel free to ask me anything at all, anything from the question or the past papers, and I'm there to help you all. Have a good day. Thank you very much.